Hello my planner pals and welcome back, and if you're new here then thank you for joining me and giving me a try. My name is Di, I am here at Creative Karma Design, and today I want to talk about having a brain dump section in your planner. Why you should have one and some tips and tricks on how to put that into your planner into practice. Alright, so why should we have a brain dump section in our planner? The main reason is because we have so much going on in our brains, and any typical day we just have overload. Like sensory overload, let's call it. And getting all of that stuff down onto paper is how we get a little bit more zen and a little bit more focused. So how can we put that in our planner? The first way is that you can just start off with just a sheet of paper. It doesn't need to be fancy. It can just be a sheet of paper, like a notepad paper. It doesn't need to be fancy. Just get the stuff out of your head onto the paper and then you can move on. All right, the second thing that you can do instead of having a piece of paper is that you can have a specific place in your weekly or your monthly or even your currently page to write down that stuff. So for me, I generally have a little piece of my dashboard planner on my weekly that I kind of save for brain dumping. It just helps me have a little spot that I can go to each week. If I need an overflow section, again, it'll go in the back of my planner. You could use a currently page for this, you could use a sidebar for this, or the other tip is that you can use a different section in your planner and have a separate little area for that. That's what I tend to do in mine. So at the back of my planner, I have a separate tab, and that is just for brain dumping. And it could be, you saw me do this the other day, brain dumping about my 2025 planners. It could be a dream journal. It could be something that I need to remember. It could just be something if I am up at night and I can't get to sleep because I have insomnia. Is there something rattling around in my head that I just need to get down onto paper? I have this bit at the back of my planner that is for that. It is just for brain dumping. Usually it's just blank paper, or in this case, Disney paper, because why not? That's what I tend to do. I'll have a little section on my weekly. If I need an overflow area, then it'll go in the back of my planner and I can brain dump things there instead. Another tip I will give you is to make time to do your brain dumping. For me, that tends to be last thing at night or first thing in the morning. Those two, because I'm in my planners then generally anyway, those two are the times of day that I tend to need to brain dump. But make time for it. Turn your phone off or put it on, do not disturb mode. Shut the kids and the dogs out of the room, in my case the dogs, and then just let the stuff flow out of your brain and onto paper. Another tip that I will say is you don't need to go into a bunch of detail. You're literally getting the message out of your head and onto paper. You don't need to go into a bunch of detail. All you need is what I call the highlights. What's the highlight reel of this? What is the overarching theme of this? Is there something on your brain that is causing you some distraction? And can you just kind of condense that maybe like into a tweet, like 72 characters or less back in the day? But can it just be a short and sweet little thing, snippet of information that you can put down in a sentence or two rather than a paragraph or a book? Because some of us do tend to get a little bit long-winded. Now, I know we like to keep things pretty in our planners, but the brain dump section is the one area that I don't decorate, and because it's not a permanent area, again, it's an overflow. It's an overflow. It doesn't need to be pretty. Don't think about your handwriting. It doesn't need to be pretty. How I write in my planners and how I write in my brain dump section are completely different. You wouldn't think that they were written by the same person. They're seriously that much different. So don't think that it has to be pretty, it doesn't have to be a full sentence, and it doesn't have to be your gorgeous, beautiful brush lettering handwriting. Chicken scratch. Get it out, get it done, move on. And then finally, what I will say is once you've brain dumped, is there anything in that information, that sheet of paper, that paragraph, whatever it is that you've done and gotten out of your head, is there anything that you need to take action on? Are there things that you need to do? Is there things you need to add to your to-buy list, to-do list, scheduling? Is there anything that you can forward plan for? So is there anything that you can take from that and put somewhere else? It also might be that you need to think about things in a journaling sense? Is there a prompt that you want to work on from something that from your brain dump section into your journaling? Is there something that you can add to a project planner or a business planner? Is there something that you want to add to your future log and your future months? How can you take action on any of the stuff? And it may be that no action needs to be taken. It just needs to get out of your crazy brain so that you can move on and relax. And if you do have a task list or a project plan, are you time blocking for it? And can you put that in your calendar right now? All right, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time, my planner pals. Bye. All right, another tip I'm going to give you is that, why am I saying all right all the time?